Story 1. The Man Behind the Door. A disturbing true incident. Phoenix, Arizona. I always believed that fear was something you created in your own head, until the night I found out someone else was creating it for me. It happened in 2019, when I moved into a small rented apartment in Phoenix, Arizona. The place wasn't fancy, but it was cheap, and I needed that. I lived alone, worked long hours, and the apartment was supposed to be my safe space. But from the very first night, something felt wrong. It started with small things. Every night, between 2:30 a.m. to 3 a.m., I would hear knocks coming from the inside of my bedroom door. At first, I thought it was the building settling. Old doors make sounds. No big deal. But on the third night, I heard breathing. Heavy. Uneven. As if someone was standing right behind the door. I froze in bed and stared at the door handle. It was shaking. Gently. Slowly. Like someone was trying to turn it, but didn't want to make noise. I wanted to scream, but nothing came out. The next morning, I checked the hallway. Nothing strange. Cameras in the building showed no movement. I convinced myself it had to be my imagination, until I found the first sign. On the fourth night, I woke up feeling someone was staring at me. My room was dark, but I saw something near the door. A shadow. Long. Thin. Unmoving. I turned on the lamp. No one was there, but when I walked toward the door, I noticed something chilling. The peephole of my bedroom door was covered. From the outside, someone had stuck a small, round black sticker on it. Meaning, there was someone outside. Someone who didn't want me to see them. I removed the sticker. Checked the apartment. Everything looked normal. But that night, things escalated. At 2:37 a.m., I woke up to the tapping again. This time, faster. More urgent. Tap. 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 Tap, tap. 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 I held my breath. That's when I heard the whisper. Open the door. My heartbeat stopped. Someone was right outside my bedroom. I grabbed my phone, turned on the camera, walked slowly to the door, and pressed my eye to the peephole. Nothing. Just darkness. Deep, thick darkness. Like someone was blocking it again. I don't know what got into me, but I whispered. Who's there? A reply came immediately. A low, raspy male voice. You saw me? I jumped back and almost dropped my phone. I dialed security, but before anyone came, everything went quiet. In the morning, I went to the building supervisor and demanded the hallway footage. He looked uncomfortable and kept avoiding my eyes. When I insisted, he finally said, There is no footage from your floor. The camera has been disconnected for weeks. Disconnected. By whom? He didn't know. Or maybe he didn't want to know. I felt sick. For the next 2 nights, I slept with the lights on. No knocks. No breathing. No whispers. I thought it was over. But on the 7th night, I found the recording. My phone was on the table when I woke up. The camera app was open, and a 6-minute video had been recorded while I was sleeping. My hands shook as I pressed play. The video showed my bedroom. Dark. Silent. But then, at the 43-second mark, the bedroom door slowly opened. Not fully. Just a few inches. Enough for someone to slip inside. And a face appeared. Not a stranger's face. Not a ghost. A real man. Tall. Pale. Eyes wide open. Watching me sleep. He stood there for almost 5 minutes. Quiet. Perfectly still. Just staring at me. Then he walked out, closing the door behind him. I dropped the phone and ran out of the apartment immediately. Police searched the entire building. Every floor, every empty apartment, every storage area. They never found him, but they found something in the ceiling of my bedroom, A small, dirty mattress, food to wrappers, water bottles, and a used phone with hours of recordings. Recordings of me. The police told me the man had probably been living above my ceiling for weeks, watching me, coming down at night through the maintenance hatch. The tapping? That was him. The whispering. Him. The breathing behind the door. Him. The hellish part. They still haven't caught him. And to this day, I don't sleep with my bedroom door closed. Story to the silent passenger, a disturbing real taxi incident, Cleveland, Ohio. I worked night shifts as a part-time driver in Cleveland, Ohio during 2021. The money was good, but the late-night passengers, they were a whole different world. But nothing ever came close to what happened on June 11th. The night I picked up the silent passenger. It was around 1:40 a.m. I was parked near a quiet road outside an old building. The area was half empty, but suddenly the back door of my car opened. A man got inside. No greeting. No eye contact. Just sat perfectly still. He was wearing a black hoodie, hands in his pockets, head down. I asked him, "Boss, where to?" No reply. I thought maybe he didn't hear me. "Sir, where do you need to go?" Still nothing. He just pointed straight ahead. No words. No movement. Who's that slow, stiff finger pointing down the road? Something felt off. Most people drunk or tired still say something, but this guy didn't even breathe normally. Very slow. Very controlled. I started driving. Every few seconds, I checked the mirror. He didn't blink. Didn't adjust his posture. Didn't look outside. Just stared at the back of my seat like he was waiting for something. After 5 minutes, I tried again. "Sir, please give me a location." He slowly lifted his hand and pointed toward the GPS on my dashboard. The GPS was turned off, but somehow a route appeared on the screen. A red line leading to an old industrial area. I never put that destination in. My heart dropped. Still, I kept driving. When we reached the industrial zone, the roads were empty. Dead, silent. No workers, no cars, no lights, except mine. The GPS stopped at an abandoned warehouse. The man finally moved. He leaned forward and whispered, "Stop the car." His voice was dry, cracked, like someone who hadn't spoken in days. I stopped. He didn't get out. Just sat there, staring at the warehouse. Felt cold. Something told me to leave. Immediately. "Sir, we're here. Should I wait?" He slowly turned his face toward me. That was the first time I saw his eyes. Completely bloodshot. Skin pale, almost gray. Dark circles like he hadn't slept in weeks. He said, "You picked me up here." I frowned. "No, sir. You entered the car from the residential area." He shook his head. "No, I never left this place." I felt a sharp chill crawl down my spine. Suddenly, he moved his hand from his pocket. I panicked thinking he was pulling out a weapon. But instead, he took out a broken phone. He handed it to me. "Look." There was only one video on the phone. A short, 18-second clip. I pressed play. The footage showed the inside of my taxi. Same seats, same dashboard. But the video was recorded earlier that night. In the footage, my taxi was parked in front of the same abandoned warehouse. The back door opened, and the same man got in, except this time, his clothes were torn. and he was covered in blood. He sat, silently, head down. But something was different. In the reflection of the window, another figure appeared behind him, a tall, shadow-like shape, leaning over him as if whispering into his ear. Primera froz. What? What is this?
He whispered. You didn't pick me up.
You picked us. Before I could react, the back door opened. But I swear, I never saw him leave. No footsteps, no sound. Nothing. Just an empty seat. I checked the road, the warehouse. Everything. He vanished. The next morning, I went back to the spot with police. The warehouse had burned down years ago. No one lived there. No one visited there. But near the entrance, they found something. A burnt taxi. Same model as mine. License plate half melted. Inside it, they found a partially burned body wearing a black hoodie. The forensic team said the body was at least 6 months old. 6 months? But I saw that same man alive, sitting in my back seat. The police told me, whatever you picked up that night, it wasn't human. I quit night driving after that. And sometimes, when I'm alone in my car, I still feel someone sitting behind me. Silent, watching, waiting for another ride.